I'm 47 years old, and for years, stress ran my life. I worked 6.5 days a week, barely saw my family, and no matter how much I slept, I was exhausted. I'd coached thousands of people through stress, but behind the scenes, I was drowning in it. After 10,000 plus hours of trial, error, and tons of frustration, I finally uncovered why most stress solutions don't work and how to train your nervous system so stress stops running the show. You don't need meditation apps, supplements, or another quick fix. You need to understand what your body's been trying to tell you all along. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I took my life back. I used to work 6.5 days a week, barely saw my family, and was drained no matter how much I slept. It was so bad that my wife honestly had to convince people I existed. She was basically a single mom. After 10,000 plus hours of coaching, I uncovered why most stress solutions fail and why I was failing. Here's how I retrained my nervous system and took my life back. Bottom line is, you've been lied to about stress. It's not just in your head. It rewires your nervous system, trapping you in survival mode. This is why all these top-down narrative belief shifts, they're temporary and a lot of times don't anchor the transformation. Thinking differently can be helpful, but it's not what creates sustainable change. You have to get down into the depths of the nervous system. And because it's trapped in your nervous system, you get stuck in survival mode. And when that happens, your body just starts to shut down slowly. And this is evident of energy crashes. Your sleep turns into a nightmare. Your mind never stops racing. But here's the part no one tells you. Stress isn't something you manage. I cannot stress that enough. Managing stress is like kicking the can down the road. And the reason why that is because it doesn't address the real problem, which is the fact that stress hijacks your nervous system. When your nervous system senses constant threats, work, money, family issues, it rewires itself to expect danger, even when none exists. And when that happens, escaping feels impossible. This is why so many people feel anxious, overwhelmed, or burned out. Their nervous system is stuck in a stress loop, and they don't know how to break free. Managing stress doesn't do it. You have to train yourself to address the root of the stress. For years, I thought I was managing stress. I was teaching people to manage stress. I made a living teaching people managing stress for 10 years with this personal development organization. And after 10 years, realized that I wasn't really helping people. I was just making them dependent on these tools that manage stress. And I pushed through. I stayed busy. I told myself I was fine. And I saw all of my clients and all these people in this personal development organization, same thing. They keep pushing through. But at the end of the day, I wasn't present with my family. And then it got worse. Stress didn't just affect me. It almost cost me my family. I had spent 7,000 plus hours coaching, studying, personal development, and teaching, but I still felt trapped in survival mode, and that's because all this stuff here was learning how to manage stress. This is when I realized I wasn't solving stress, I was just coping with it. Big difference. Most stress advice is like turning off a fire alarm. It stops the noise, but the fire that activated the alarm to begin with, it keeps burning. That's what managing stress is not the answer, because we need to address the fire, not the fire alarm. Fire alarm is on our side, and we need to learn what it's telling us. First thing you got to start to realize is that your stress signals aren't the problem. Your body isn't failing, it's communicating. So much of what we're naming as the dysfunction is the proper function. Anxiety, overwhelm, hopelessness, these things are looked at as the dysfunction? How do I turn off these feelings? How do I turn off this communication? This is the wrong way to do it. And you'll spend the rest of your life managing these emotions by trying to get them to shut off instead of learning how to understand what they're trying to communicate. And that's the real problem, that no one ever taught you how to listen to these communications. And if you don't learn this, this cycle will never stop. Number 2, you got to get brutally honest about your reality. I think one of the side effects of shutting off emotions or letting them go or managing these emotional communications is it actually disconnects you from reality, because these communications are coming in and they're trying to tell you something about your reality. And so we've gotten to a point where we're dissociating from reality. And when you dissociate from reality, you're lying to yourself, right? And most people are lying to themselves. And you can't fix what you refuse to face or what you've blocked yourself from seeing. And until you face it, this is absolutely essential. Nothing's going to change. Number 3, learning how to process and integrate the stress. So if ignoring it doesn't work, neither does coping with it. And those are all the managing stress techniques. You actually have to respond differently and move forward. And so what that means is you have to learn what exactly the communications are telling us. You have to learn how to speak the language. The problem or the potential challenge with emotional communication for sure is its communication is low resolution. And what I mean by that is it doesn't tell you exactly what's wrong, and it sure doesn't tell you how to fix it. That's something you got to learn. You got to learn how to process and integrate the communications of stress, because stress is your partner. It's your friend. It's your ally. You have to learn how to work with it, not against it. Number 4, once you face reality, you have to voluntarily lean into the discomfort that is probably there when you face reality. You know, they say the truth will set you free, and it will set you free. I promise you, facing the truth, aligning with truth, facing reality will set you free. But I'm not going to tell you it's always easy. A lot of the reasons why we avoid truth, we avoid reality, is because it's uncomfortable. You know, and so it's not something you do all at once, right? You don't want to do this all at once. Little by little, you face what you're afraid of. The only way you get what you want is to go through what you're afraid of. I've helped hundreds of people break free from chronic stress because stress isn't something you manage. It's something you eliminate by partnering with it. And if you're tired of being stuck in survival mode, I'll show you exactly how to break free. If you're still stressed after trying therapy, medication, or self-care, it's because you've been solving the wrong problem. As I say, you're hitting the bullseye on the wrong target, and most people never get this information. But if you want the exact process to eliminate stress at the root, I'll show you how. Chronic stress is rewiring your brain and wrecking your life. In 1 hour, I'll help you break the stress cycle and turn it into fuel without meds or endless self-care. At the time of this recording, I have 7 spots left in my one-on-one practice. I just opened up these spots, and we'll be offering free consults for a limited time. If you're interested in one of these consultations and you'd like to get your breakthrough, then click on the link in the description, and you're going to fill out this qualifying questionnaire. This is to make sure that we're a good fit. It only takes about 3 minutes. It also allows me to prepare for the call. After you fill out this questionnaire, you'll be taken to my calendar, and you can book a time on my calendar at no charge. This is not a trick. This is nothing. I want to show you that this works. All right? I'm going to show you. I'm going to literally give you the tools on how to identify the thing that's the root creating your chronic stress. This is what this call is all about. This approach has changed everything for me and my clients. I've seen people break free from stress, burnout, and meds, reclaiming energy, clarity, and purpose without big pharma solutions, and honestly, in not a very long period of time. What I love about this approach is you'll know within a few weeks if it's helping you move in a better direction. And so what I'd love for you to do is to just, in the comment below, like write down what's your biggest struggle related to chronic stress. I'll personally reply with advice so we can start the conversation together. And if this video is helpful, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. There's lots of great videos here on my channel. Please like it, share it. Every time you like and share, it helps to promote these videos and get this information out to more people. And there's nothing more that I want than to get this information to people so they don't have to suffer inside of this never-ending chronic stress loop and be dependent on all these different techniques and meditations and different modalities that they're being sold every minute of every day. Thanks for listening.